107.5 WBLS, your number one source for R&B.
It's 107.5 WBLS, and of course, we've got to start with my 60 seconds. Everybody is subjected to it.
Okay.
It's a rapid-fire interview. Have fun with it.
Oh, wow.
And we only have 60 seconds, though, right? Because everybody come in and they go, So have fun with it. What's on
Okay.
your bucket list?
Bucket list? I don't have one.
Last item on your credit card statement.
Ooh, probably a purse.
Favorite love song?
Ooh. I know. No, Soon as I Get Home by Faith Evans.
Really?
Yes. That and
Favorite-
Saving All My Love for You by Whitney.
Oh, favorite movie?
Don't have one.
What should every woman try at least once in her life?
At least once in your life. Massage. There are a lot of people that still have never tried it.
True enough. Have dinner with anyone living or dead, who would it be?
Whitney.
At your ideal dinner party, what 3 celebrities would be at the top of the list?
I would have to say Pac, Big, and Whitney.
Oh. And who would you like to portray on the big screen? If you had any choice.
If I would like to portray somebody,
Yeah.
that would be tricky. I don't want to have to come be me. So
No.
I could do, you know what? I don't think look-wise, but sound-wise, I could do Gladys Knight.
Really? Okay. I'm thinking about that. I like Whitney. I would have liked to see you do something like a Whitney, or I see even a Tony.
I don't know if I could have emotionally handled playing Nippy, but it was weird. Like when they started the film, a lot of people were hitting me up saying that that's what they would have liked.
Yeah.
But also, I would not have done anything that her family didn't approve of and that they weren't a part of. That's just something, me being an artist, I can't imagine my children or my mom having to go through that.
Right. How much do you think you are like her?
Ooh. 60%.
Really?
Yeah, I would say 60%. And she used to always say, you just like me. She used to tell me that a lot. And she was there for me at a very hard time when I was 18 years old. And I went through these deaths back to back. My grandmother, the person I was dating, everybody, three in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just broken. And she came to Atlanta, and she came where she came.
Right.
It was you got to love somebody if you pull up where she pulled up on me. And she came and looked like the president was coming. It was like 4 trucks, all black, security jumping out. And she's like, hey, I know you know where Monica is. Show me where she is. And people like screaming and running in circles.
What?
But she stayed with me for quite some time and just reminded me that, you can get through this and be very careful of who you're around. And I learned a lot in that time because that was a time where somebody close to me started working with the Inquirer and selling stories. I'd never been through that stuff.
Right.
And so she really helped me to deal with all things industry and all things self-oriented, because she always told me, don't ever stop being you. If you feel it, do it. If you think it, say it. Keep your spirit free, because
Right.
I wasn't allowed to do that at one point. And so she taught me a lot.
What's your favorite song from Whitney?
It's tricky because I sing You Give Good Love because that was her favorite to hear me sing.
Really?
Yes.
Well, we're going to have to play that.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. That's been in my shows for years, and she would come sneak and watch the show.
You know what? You are the best
She would have to
segue
hide.
artist in the room. Monica on stage doing You Give Good Love, and this is The Influence. Whitney Houston on 107.5 WBLS. Code Red, you got Missy, you got Lil Wayne, you got Timbaland, you got who else on this album?
Polo produced a large majority of it. He's the executive producer. I just found people that I respect, that I know still respect music, and they still make music with integrity and know how to kind of merge the old and the new. So that was really my goal with Code Red, because my thought behind it was just like, we need to save a genre of music that's so special to so many of us. This generation needs to balance. I like to turn up music too. I'm from Atlanta. It's no way around it.
Right.
But I think they need the balance of it all. And they need timeless music. Like, I think back, where you were the first time you heard SWV Week, or where you were when you heard Jodeci, and when you heard, even Angel of Mine, that's a song is in the double digits.
Right.
Just One of Them Days is 20 years old this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Before You Walk Out of My Life really resonated with me because Earthquake had taken me through so much, and I was just about to let him go. What song really resonates with you? I mean, because of the period in your life that you were going through, and because it seemed like that
But see, a
song
lot of
was
the songs
highly
mean
emotional.
something different now. Before You Walk, when I recorded it, I was only 13.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so you gotta. I mean, it was nobody, it was. But my interpretations were different. I used to sing some songs and think about my dad, because we went through a rough patch. We're dope as ever now, but it's like I had different meanings for all of it. And then for me now, why I love you so much is that one song that when I sing it, it's just I can't contain myself.
Really?
Yeah, like because now I feel like what I was singing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always easy for me to interpret stuff because I started off singing gospel. That's all about feeling.
Right.
So I just bring the
And
same
I think
feeling.
we detect that. I mean, because for me, it was Before You Walk Out My Life. I'm sure there's somebody listening who can say that something else resonates with them because you sing with emotion. It's like emotion-driven singing.
Angel of Mine, people say, this is for my mom, she passed away, or this is for my brother that passed away. A lot of people interpretation of that is somebody they lost.
Right.
So it's different for everybody.
So what song on Code Red are we going to get that emotional connection with?
I know would be the song that would be like that. That's the song that I did for my husband. I know it's like that.
I know.
It's a ballad, not a whole bunch of music, just me.
And
really singing, giving 100%.
And what are you telling us that you know?
That I now know how to let go of all the baggage of yesterday to live in the now and to appreciate what I have now with the person that I fell in love with. Because sometimes you just kind of carry all the stuff over into the next thing. And so it starts off saying, finally got through, closer to you. These shadows of doubt make it hard to. And it's just like those shadows of doubt never came from him. It just came from, a history of different things that happened. So as you shed all of that stuff, you enjoy your life anyway. Right. I always say forgiveness is really not for the other person.
It's for you. Yeah,
so
we've talked about that many
times. About that.
Right. Well, you know what? We're going to share what you know on the album Code Red, which is in stores today. And what I know is that she's going to touch down on that stage at the Prudential Center tonight.
Indeed.
What else should we know about the album?
The album is a combination of a lot of different feels. What I like most is that regardless to what the track is like, I just enjoy singing. Mm-hmm. So if you enjoy that, it's an album you'll enjoy.
Is it a turning point for you? I read somewhere that it said this album is a turning point.
It really is, in the sense that I understand what's missing. Even from my previous album,
mm-hmm.
I understand what's missing. And a part of what I had to do was kind of revert back to my younger self, that fearlessness, not mixing the politics and the business side of it with what I got going on in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
So I started working and just strictly off my relationships. Okay, no budget, no, we're not going to do that. I'll do it the way I remember doing it the first two albums, which to me are still my absolute favorites.
Right.
I went back to that. And that just makes this album sound and feel 100% different.
All right, Monica is with us tonight. She will be with us again at the Prudential Center. Make sure that you stop by and see us. Get your tickets at Ticketmaster.com or WBLS.com. Thank you, Monica.
Thank you for having me.